What's going on, everybody? Lair Farmer 73 here. Up late because I wanted to chime in on something because I ain't gonna have time to do it probably for the rest of the week. Or I ain't gonna be able to get in depth with it for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna talk about it right now. Reality check. Reality check. I just did a video and everybody was talking about how to get the water better. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good. How guava to everybody in the, coming in right now. How y'all doing? I thought I was gonna be the only one woke this late at night. I wanted to come in and talk to y'all real quick. I'ma try not to, I really am going to try not to be on here for a long period of time. Um, I'ma try. But I wanted to talk to y'all about uh, that that video I did with the water. Guava, everybody, how y'all doing this tonight? It's good to see everybody on a Tuesday night. Everybody must be off in the morning. Everybody must be off. So, check it out. The video with the water, I got a lot of suggestions, and they were good suggestions on how to get more water from my system. So I have a question. How do you get rid of, you might want to re-say that because I don't know what that means. Re reword that, please. Um, See, you like when I'm on here a long time. I believe it or not, I do too. Let me see. It's only 7:15 in Los Angeles. Okay, over in California. Okay, so this where I'm going with this. Kate Robin, I don't know you, Kate. Can you be a moderator? Who are you? And why would you want to be my moderator if you don't even know me? You know, that's kind of part of the whole game with that, right? I have a question. If you know how to get rid of possums, the same way you get rid of raccoons, I guess. Um, you don't have to Google that. I mean, that's completely up to how you want to deal with that. I know how I do it. Let me see. Anyway, here we go. With the water, let's get on to that. Cause I don't get into the moderator thing, to be honest with you. And frankly, I don't have moderators for the reason that other people have moderators. What's up, Jackson? Thank you for that, my friend. Thank you. I don't do the moderator thing like everybody else do. I frankly, the way that whole thing works, I don't deal with that at all. I see how everybody else do the moderator thing. I don't do it like that. So, and I've had moderators. I'm gonna talk about that real quick. I've had moderators that I had to get rid of because my moderators, I had some moderators that was had beef with other people that were friends of mine that had nothing to do with me. And they were wishing my friends to the cornfield. So I don't get into that moderator stuff, and I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I still got them because that's a dangerous playing field, and people that keep wanting to be moderators, they don't know you, and none of that. I don't even understand none of that. This new moderator system of how it is. Some people. Some people were wondering why they got wished off into the cornfield, and some people was wondering why they got wished off into the cornfield. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you again for that. And it wasn't me. People were. I got one good friend that we just spoke recently, and she thought I sent her to the cornfield. It was somebody completely different. Matter of fact, um, okay. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna say their name. They supposed to control the trolls. Yeah, but sometimes your moderator is the troll. And I told y'all about that long time ago. I said, watch it. I've got a whole video and it's talking about watch out for Trojan horses. I keep telling y'all, I've been in this game a long time. And what do I always say to this day? Everybody that watch you don't like you. Everybody that's on your moderator team ain't really on your team. They on their own team. I'm telling you, them Trojan horses, what they do is they befriend you. You give them a key to the city and they destroy your whole thing from the inside out, and you don't even know it. You don't even know what's going on your channel. You don't know why you ain't getting no views. You don't know why people is missing. You don't know why people is behind you talking about behind your back because they saying, yeah, he just blocked me for nothing. Da, 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 da. I don't know what I did. Ain't got nothing to do with you. It got to do with the people you put as your moderator. And they'll send people off and mess your whole thing, what you trying to do, up. I've been saying I was done with moderators a long time ago. I know they help. They do help. But man, sometimes it's best just to deal with the trolls yourself. Here we go. The water situation. The water situation was this, and this is a reality check for everybody. This is for everybody. This ain't just for homesteaders. This just ain't for gardeners. This ain't just because the people that's buying land. That water video made me think a lot about. I've been reading all the comments. You see, I answered every last one of them. Um, the plant behind me is a ponderosa lemon. What advice would you tell my 20-year-old self? What would I tell my 20-year-old self? Nothing. I wouldn't tell my 20-year-old self anything. I wouldn't give my 20-year-old me no advice. You want to know why? Because clearly I'm wrong. I'm blessed, highly favored. So what advice would I have gave myself at the age of 20 that would have changed the course of how I'm living now? All of the trials and tribulations and the trouble that I got into as a young buck led me to this. I had to learn from that horrible stuff that I went through to get here. I wouldn't have told myself anything. The things that happened bad in my life and things that happened bad to me and the things that I did wrong and the things that the rough course that I took, it was supposed to happen. All right, Grow Family Network in the house. What's going on? The things that happened in my life, I would have been a fool to have changed them because I wouldn't have learned anything. So I wouldn't tell my 20-year. I hear a lot of people saying, if I could tell my 20-year-old self, I could see if you still wallowing in sorrow. Okay, probably. But maybe this is time for you to learn now. Me, I wouldn't told myself anything. I hope that answered your question. um, the the water situation is a reality check. The water situation was this. Everybody said I would put PVC on there and channel the water. To stick with me, I would get a gutter system and run out and do this and do that. This is a reality check, and the reason I answer each and every one of those questions was because I need everybody to understand something, because it's a lot. How many people are out there thinking about buying land, thinking about purchasing a home, right? We've been talking a lot about that lately. How many people are really thinking about it? Because this answer that I'm about to give you for all of those suggestions, and they were good suggestions, is going to make you think a little bit different. Okay. Willisha says, me, I've been looking for land. Okay. Cindy's World, thinking about it. Okay. Growing with Hudson, thinking about, okay, growing with Hudson. Grow Family Network in the house, man. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, brother and sister, over there. And to Grow Family Network, before I go any further, to Bevs and King at Grow Family Network channel, before I say congratulations on your 100,000 milestone, subscriber milestone, before I say congratulations to you, I'm going to say this. And I give credit where credit is due. You know, before I came up with the chili dog method of air layering, you want to know who even encouraged me to try air layering in the first place? Anybody? Before I came up with my own air layering method, I did tons of research and none of it worked for me. I reached out to my brother King over at the Grow Family Network, and I said at the time, he put out a video and he was air layering his fig tree. And I said, man, I need to figure out how to pull that off. King at Grow Family Network, he said, brother, you can do this. This ain't nothing for you. You got this. I was not going to try doing no air layer until King at Grow Family Network was air layering his fig tree, and it gave me that push, that oomph to go ahead and do more research. I didn't do it like nobody else, but that is what gave me the drive and the push to go on and not just learn how to air layer, but come up with my own method. So when you see that chili dog method in that sandwich bag, that's your boys right there. Okay. So I want to say thank you to King and Bevs at Grove Family Network. First, I want to say thank you for encouraging me. Everybody keep thinking I'm the king of that. No, 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 no. King encouraged me to air layer that. Just like Homestead Heart encouraged me to learn how to pressure can. We got to start giving credit where credit is due. So when people are like, oh, you the king of that, that encouragement came from Grow Family Network. So if y'all ain't familiar with Grow Family Network, go over there and show that family some love. His whole family over there. They doing big things on the homestead. I've been around long enough to watch them bring that homestead, bring their homestead from zero to where they are today. I'm going to give them that. Now, with saying thank you, I'm going to say congratulations for meeting your 100,000 subscriber milestone, man. You deserve round of applause, you and Bevs. Congratulations, man. Well deserved. Long time coming. Long time coming. Congratulations to you both. I can't even say to you both. Congratulations to all of y'all, because you even be having the babies working. So congratulations to everybody over there at the Grow Family Network. So congratulations, everybody. Go over there and holla at Grow Family Network channel over there and show them some love, man. They got a lot going on over there. Matter of fact, that's the first high tunnel I had ever seen and everything. So yeah. So I'm gonna say this. Back to the water situation. The water situation, everybody had their own ideas of how to hook up that water. Go and just grab some downspouts and put on the buckets, or run the buckets down to the creek and just fill the 55-gallon drums up full of water, and then bring it back to your living quarters. Reality check. If you are planning on purchasing land, here's one little tidbit that I want to throw out there because I want to dispel the fantasy of it. Uh, here's the fantasy. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where y'all think my land is, but uh, you cannot. Let me see. Rain catchment and solar pump does the trick. But here's the thing. I'm in the middle of nowhere. You can't. There is, as a matter of fact, there is no Home Depot at all. Um, there is no Home Depot, and the nearest big box store is like damn near all the way back to my house. You can't just say, oh, I just need a few screws. I just need a few nails. Let me go grab this one tool real quick. Let me go grab this one connection. No, 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 no. When you out there on that land and you in the middle of nowhere, ain't no let me just run and go to the store to get me something to eat. Ain't no let me just go get some nails and some screws. Ain't no let me go get some gutters. The stuff that y'all saw me working with is that's all I had. If you plan on running back and back and forth to go get tools, if you're planning on buying land and you're coming from the city, I'm telling you right now, you are not about to be running back and forth to the big box store every 5 minutes like you're used to doing now. Like run to Walmart, get a loaf of bread, you know, that kind of thing. Run to Kroger real quick, get some butter. Nah, no. There is no doing that because what you're thinking of doing now, okay, I got to fill my whole tank up full of gas again, go all the way and do that and come all the way back and pray I have everything. When you're working out there on the land, what you need to do is you better get a pen. What I always say, get a pen and some paper and just start writing down everything you need. You literally think all day, and every thought that comes to your mind of supplies and equipment that you have and you need, you write it on a piece of paper, write it on your hand. I don't type it in your phone. If you don't do that, I promise you, you will fail. Because what's going to happen is you're going to go all the way. Think about this. If you go all the way to town, say you got to drive an hour, 2 hours back into town, right? Whatever. And all you going to get is a loaf of bread, but you just burnt up a half a tank of gas, you're going to have to start learning how to consolidate. Like, okay, when I go into town, like we used to do, our ancestors used to do, when you go into town, not only do I need a loaf of bread, I need a pound of nails, I need a pound of screws, I need another wrench because I can't find mine, I need that gutter system, I need to pick up some water, you need to do everything. You can't learn to bake bread yourself because you don't got nothing to make bread with. You know what I'm saying? Baking bread ain't hard. It's the reality check. Okay, let's put it to you like this. Baking bread. Say you want to learn how to bake bread yourself so you don't run back to go have to get the bread. Okay, baking bread uses energy. How are you baking said bread? You got a few different ways. You build yourself a stone oven. That's going to take wood. You're going to have to burn firewood. Solar oven. You're going to have to deal with the sun and keep turning that thing all freaking day sitting around that like it's a campfire. If you have a solar powered generator and some kind of stove, you still got to have them panels out. Make sure you got a big enough solar powered generator to even make any of that operate. But then you got to ask yourself, how important is the bread versus I need this energy for to run everything else on my homestead? That that comes into play. For instance, water. I have four different ways what I'm about to get water. One is rain catchment. Two, I'm drilling two kinds of wells. Um, and four is a ram pump. No, I'm sorry, that's five different ways. Ram pump. I'm in the process of making a ram pump. If you don't know what a ram pump is, look it up. I'm doing the, what is this one called, hammer point well. I got that, bought that already, got it. Then I got the auger. I'm gonna drill a auger down a well. And then another one, I am going to literally dig a small pond where I showed y'all that creek of that water. I'm gonna dig a small pond right there. That's why I showed that in that video. And it's just gonna be about 5 feet deep, maybe 4 or 5 feet around. And I'm gonna have my boys help me build a wall because we got tons of rocks and stones in it. What's up, Sunday? What's going on, brother? Yeah, I'm building that sump pump right now at home, man. I got all the pieces. I start putting them together until I had to do a little business run. But um, so what I'm going to end up doing is putting another sump pump down in that little pond that I'm about to dig out and build a dam around it that's going to capture all that water. And when I capture all that water, I'm going to have water forever. I'm going to be putting shallow wells all around that land, all around it. So it ain't going to be just one. I'm going to have my water runs all the way through my land. So I'm going to put wells, shallow wells all around my land. So my point was this: no matter what you plan on doing, please remember one thing. It ain't that easy. Everybody is used to living in the city and living in town, and I'm starting to be reminded of it myself. The reason I started catching my rainwater again is because I'm like, you know, now, before when I was catching water at my house, I was doing it to help water my garden. Now I don't have a choice. At my house, I had a choice. I could use city water. It's gonna cost me money, or I can rain catchment. Now I don't have any choice. I'm not on city water. I'm on well water, and my well ain't dug yet, right? So we are putting in a pitcher hand pump this week. I am too. I am not this week, but I am too. So trust and believe, family. It's not that simple. I know I love the suggestions. The suggestions were great. All of the advice was great. But trust and believe, old Led thought of half of that already. It's just you just can't jump up and just run to the store real quick and just be getting stuff. Everything Tupac. I'm gonna quote Tupac. My every move is a calculated step. Everything you do, everything you do has to be calculated. I literally sit down in my RV at the table and just be writing sometime. I'll be watching one of y'all videos and just be something will pop in my head that I need and I'll write it down. Every time. Every time. Because you can't just leave. Every time you leave, if your land is in the middle of nowhere, if you leave, you got to leave for more than just one reason. You got to leave when you leave that area, you got to secure your area before you leave. You have to make sure everything is tightened down, battened down, because a storm might come through while you gone, because you just ain't know you going around the corner. So you got to put everything up, make sure everything is secure, make sure everything is locked down, and then you leave and handle your business and then come back, and you better have everything with you. So far I've caught at least 100 gallons of water. That one I was that barrel was almost 3/4 full. Now I know for a fact I got at least 100 gallons of water, of rainwater. So now what we're going to do, we're going to run all of that water through a sand filter. How many people seen me Um, build that sand filter in that video? I'm gonna build another sand filter, and I'm gonna run it through the. Somebody asked me, why would you boil your water if you're running it through the Berkey? I don't trust anything. Boil your water no matter what you running it through. I'm not kidding around. If this ain't military grade tested, I just don't trust labels, man. I don't trust labels. I don't trust it. Let me see. Yeah, that video was serious. That video was serious. So I'm literally gonna build another one, but I ain't gonna build it in 5 gallon buckets. I'm building it in 55 gallon drum. So that water can trickle through, and that's a long story, but you dig what I'm saying. That it really works. And I promise you, I just took that sand filter to the land about a week ago. And the only thing I did with it, I used it to fill in some holes going down my driveway. And now I wish I wouldn't have done it. So, any questions now? I just wanted to get that point across to everybody to understand, if you plan on purchasing land, you going out there, there is so much more to it than what the stuff y'all seeing on YouTube. Even what stuff you see me do, man, a lot go on when that camera shut off. A lot go on when that camera shut off. So we can't show you everything, but please don't go out there with no fantasy in your head like you about to be out there like Little House on the Prairie. You gonna have a lot of land to clear. You gonna have a lot of stuff to do, and you ain't gonna have a whole. You can't even go out there on the land and not have tools. You better be skillful. How many springs are on the property? I don't know. I don't know. So far, I know for a fact that we have water that runs around 2/3 of the entire property. But as far as the springs, I don't know. I'm gonna say two veins. It's two creek veins. Um, and C is water safe to drink. You don't. What do you mean? And C if water is safe to drink? My wife is from nowhere, Nebraska, and my people are from Texas. We already know. I know you get it. Thank you, Willisha. Thank you for that. Let me see. Sunday Backyard Farmer in the house. What's going on, brother? Said the new land is going to bring endless content and lessons, because we did this before we moved in this house, and now we just doing it all again. So this time I'm gonna be able to record everything. We didn't used to record everything. We used to just take pictures. So now we get a chance to actually record it. But you right, brother. You right about that. Um, do you use water filtration tablets? I only use them in my bug out bag. I don't necessarily need them for trying to filter out rainwater. There's too many other ways. Don't waste your filtration tablets um in something like that. Those for emergency. If you're just filtering out rainwater, you can boil it. It's so many different other ways. Sand filter, Berkey filter. It's a billion different ways that you could do that's not gonna waste your emergency tablets to filter your water. I wouldn't use my tablets for that. What is my favorite plant to grow? I don't have one, to be honest with you. I don't have a favorite plant to grow. Once anybody in here that's a gardener, homesteader, whatever, you start to realize It's all your favorite. It's not my favorite plant to grow. I just like growing stuff. What's up, learning to grow my own? How you doing, brother? Say definitely looking forward to seeing all the knowledge you were sharing on the land, on the new land. Congratulations to you and the family on the new land, my good brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for that. Thank you, soil sister. Essential gardener, what's going on? Hey, Miss Sampson. Any other questions? I don't want to keep y'all too long. I don't want to keep y'all too long. But I really, word, whatever produces is the favorite. Yes, yes, yes. Once you start growing your own food and eating your own food, that that favorite plant thing kind of washes away because it's too many to name. It's just too many to name. You will never just have one. What plant do you find the easiest to grow? Listen, what plant do you find the easiest to grow? What I find easy to grow is irrelevant to your garden. I promise you. Because the things that I might think is easy, you might think is hard. If you're starting a garden, okay, you got to get it. You got to get out there and put your hands down in there and get going and growing. So that way you will figure out what you like to grow. Thank you, HJ James. I really love this channel and have truly been inspired. Have started growing my own food, fruits, and chickens too. Okay, all right. What keeps you motivated? Motivated for what? What keeps me motivated? Aaron Jones, when you say what keeps me motivated, what do you mean? Explain. When, because I need to know, like, are you talking about gardening, life, prepping, um, what? Hey, California, how you doing? Say, Uncle Led, my Meyer lemon tree died after adding some 511. That ain't what killed your tree. You killed your tree. 511 ain't gonna kill it. I promise you that. Now listen, that's my promise to you. 511 ain't gonna kill your lemon tree. You done that, my friend, okay? Unless you just poured a whole bottle, whole gallon of 511 on a little baby tree, yeah. Other than that, no, it was something you did with that one. Um, how deep are you digging for your wells? You can legally only dig 24 feet yourself. You can only dig a shallow well up to 24 feet, and that's it. After that, you have to have a permit. What is the best soil ingredients for Meyer lemon tree? We ain't doing good. Email me, newlywed. Email me, cause that's actually an easy one to fix. I took your advice and moved out of California, moved to Arkansas. I'm going to start my garden. All right, Terry Jackson. There you go. California is rough, man. I see a lot of people in California with all the different laws and the rules and the regulations and I don't know, and the prices. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. So, what was that? So the person that asked me what keeps me motivated. I've been looking for them, but I guess they ain't gonna come back. But when they ask that, I could go a billion different directions with that, and I ain't gonna do that because I keep y'all here all night. Let me see. Jones Truth 67. How you doing? Say, yeah, I'm having the same trouble with my Meyer lemon, and 6 cuttings on 2 are struggling to root. Leave them alone. I'm telling you, if they struggling to root, them normally be the ones that get the biggest. I promise you that. Them ones that act like they got one little root out, one little hair coming out the side. Them usually be the ones that blow up. Let me see who is that. Always awesome says congratulations, Lead Farmer 73 and Lady Lead. Uh, praying that all your goals are met. Newly property Early day tomorrow. Got you. Thank you. And have a good night too. Dave Busby, what's going on, man? Said call Homestead with Pooh Bear. I'm gonna take to get what you home. Oh, I was talking to somebody else. Okay. Say 511 is fish emoji. Yes, 511 is 511. That's the number on the bottle. But Lady Linda, the New Orleans gardener, called it 511. So that's what we've been calling it for years now. But the 511, that that ain't gonna kill your tree. I'm here to tell you. Listen, that ain't gonna kill it. Got some old sugar cane in storage. Watch it root with some water. Okay. Any questions? This open panel. Any questions before I go? See, I told you I ain't gonna keep y'all tonight. Suggestion of fruit varieties to grow in Ohio. You got to do your own research on what's going to grow. It ain't just Ohio. It's your subclimate, whatever wherever you are in Ohio. Like if you're in Cleveland or if you're in Cincinnati, it's going to be different from if you're in Toledo or in Columbus. You got to find out what's your subclimate in your neighborhood, even in your own backyard, is going to be different than anything. You can't just say Ohio. You got to do research on that. So we tried the hand pump. We didn't do something right. Okay, you say you tried the hand pump on the well. So did you do the one that you pound, the pounding steak down in there, or did you auger one out? Are you taking lemon lime with you? Absolutely, yes. Did you? What is that? I don't know what that growing with Bear Brown. I don't know what your question is. Do you get? I don't know what that is. Let me see. Pick my first lemon today. So excited. I told you you've changed lives. So listen at you, soil sister. Go on with that. I want to see that lemon. Um, are your chickens happy out in the country? Yeah, they free. They can roam on their own. What's up, B Rich? What's going on? Said Led, how big will your fish pond be? Ah, I want at least a half an acre. Once I go dig in my pond, I want it to be as big as possible. I really want, I personally want a 1 acre pond. If I'm going to go that far, this is how I look at it. If I'm going to do it, when I do it, I'm going to do it. You hear me? When I get my pond, I'm getting my pond. So it ain't gonna be no, I just want to kind of dig like a little swimming pool. No, when I get my pond, I want my pond. So I'm going hard when I finally do it. Cause I'm gonna have all kind of fish in there: brim, sunfish, bass, catfish, uh, crappie. I want all that up in there. I don't think tilapia gonna make it in there. Suggestions for transplanting rows of Sharon in pots, native soil. I have no idea. I've never owned one of those. See, I did my research, and you're right. They have all kind of programs for 65 and older and disability people. I told you, you just got to do. People got to do their own research. Yeah, somebody said cha-ching for that pond, super fan. Yeah, but when I'm ready for it, I'm gonna be ready for it. Do you get blight on your pear trees? How do you handle it? I have a whole video on fire blight on a pear tree. Please go watch that video. I'm gonna show you exactly in that video how to deal with fire blight. How I deal with fire blight. Let's put it like that. So yes, I do get fire blight on a tree, and you get a lot of that fire blight from too much humidity, too much moisture in the air. I live by the lake, so I get all fire blight every year. So I totally understand your situation. How you doing, Edwards Homestead? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Um, Say, Mary Grow with me said, two of my baby lemon trees are naked and gray and black tips. How can I bring them back alive? I would really need to get a look at them before I could tell you that, okay? Scratch the trunk just to see if you see any green to see if they're alive. And that's the other thing about doing a tree scrape, a trunk scrape. There's a couple of different stages of doing a scrape that can also, you will be fooled. It's a different kind of really light grass green that's telling you your plant is dead. It's just the rigor mortis ain't set in yet. Some people say, I scratched my trunk of my tree like you told me, and I seen green, but it won't come back to life. There's a really high, light green. When you scratch that trunk, your tree is already dead. It's just kind of like it ain't rigor mortis ain't set in on it yet. That's all. You gotta know. It gotta be that deep, dark, rich green like this leaf. When you scratch that trunk, it need to be rich, deep, dark green. If it's not, you may have a problem. I would hold on until it turned brown through and through, but for the most part, it may be a goner. It may be a goner. Let me see. Say my dad lost a huge productive pear tree last year from blight. Me, how I handle blight, I cut off everything. I cut off all branches, all limbs, all of that. I don't care how bad the tree gonna look. My job is to save the tree. That's it. Some of my trees are short because they had blight and I caught it. Just cut it all off. Say it turned bleach white, Regina. It's finished. It's finished. Let me see. I was looking for questions. Say I watched videos today, but using sticks. Dang, this thing will not be still. Okay, I'm trying to. Do you have any wild hogs on my land? I may. I may. I'm seeing signs of something that don't look right. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm seeing signs. Look, it's bittersweet because it's kind of like a win-win. Long as I keep that thing over my shoulder, dinner in the oven, that's the only good part about it to me. Say the tree was too big for us to trim, not as young as we used to be. Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay. It's one of them kind of pear trees. I got you. But I seen a lady close to me. She got a huge pear tree. The trunk is about this big around. She had some people come literally cut the whole top of that whole. The tree is probably 30 feet tall, full of pears every year. She cut that thing off. I thought she was getting rid of the tree, and she literally just cut the trunk till it was about, I'm gonna say 12 feet tall. Took the whole top off, and then branches just came out of the trunk, started all over again. She had pears within about 2 years, pears all full of, all over the ground again. Will you be growing angel trumpets out on the new land? Of course I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, I just went to Walmart today and bought a gallon of 511. Okay, that's the good stuff. I just recently found a persimmon tree that produced very small ones, almost the size of a large grape. Oh, let me tell you something about that one. I was about to say, what? I had that one. Got rid of that. That's an ornamental, inedible pomegranate. If you're looking for pomegranates to eat, the only thing that pomegranate tree is good for is pollinating the rest of your pomegranates. If you are looking for fruit, that ain't it. The little pomegranates be about that big. If you're looking for fruit, either keep that for a pollinator or get rid of that altogether. I got rid of mine altogether. Led, do you have any elderberry cuttings available? I'm glad you mentioned that. Who said that? Tanita. Starting, let me see, what's today? Starting next Monday, starting next Monday, I'm about to put everything on sale on the website because we transitioning out of there. So we're kind of like all my stashes of elderberry. It ain't just for me no more, and I can only take so much with me. So I'm just going to do a whole blowout sale of elderberry till I literally run out. I've took elderberry out to the land with me, and I got it in pots, and I'm about to put it in the ground. But I'm going to have to get rid of all of that elderberry. So starting next Monday, I'm going to announce it. It's going to be on the website. So everybody can come and get as much as they can. And if you don't have elderberry growing on your land, you're making a big mistake. A big mistake. And the reason I say that, because I think it personally, and I'm not going to get into it, it personally saved my life. Nene, I'm going to put all of that up. It's easily grown garden at yahoo.com. I'm sorry. It's easily grown garden.com/products. But don't even go there now because I ain't even there yet. It's not up yet. Okay. When I do it, I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to put the website up, and then everybody can just go to town. Cause I'm gonna have a lot of it. Cause I can't do nothing with it. Um, Say please send towards the end of the week payday. I'm gonna have enough. I don't think people gonna be greedy. I don't think, but I should have enough for everybody. I ain't kidding. I should have enough for everybody. Um, Say that sugar cane going to my sugar cane going to, yes, yes it is. Hey Tasha Mack, say please sell it to. Oh yeah, got that one. I got you. Is the elderberry hard to grow? Absolutely not. I'm going to have, listen, I wish I would have took a picture of this before I had to go do this. What type of berries do you like? All berries. Um, I'm going to be selling mulberry cuttings. If you don't grow a mulberry tree, it's a lot of things about a mulberry tree. I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna be selling those cuttings because my mulberry tree is 20 feet tall, 20 feet wide, and it's so loaded full of berries. Literally, right now, me and Lady Les sat out there eating berries like we were 7 years old again. I'm bringing everything. Say, am I bringing the bees? I'm bringing everything. I'm moving. Everybody like, is you gonna bring your bees? I'm not leaving nothing behind. I'm not leaving anything. And the things that I can't take with me, I plan on letting you get a stab at it. We ain't listen. Me and Lady Liz' plan is to one thing about selling the house. Say, Led, I want elderberry, mulberry, sugar cane too. Okay, I got you. One thing about selling a house that you need to know. Um, Fig cuttings. No, no fig cuttings. Have you ever laid a whole tree? Are you interested in airlaying a whole tree or something, Mary? Here's the deal. Oh, that threw me off. Can you manage the height of elderberry? Yes, all you gotta do is cut it every year. Cut it. Just keep cutting it every year. You can manage the height. That threw me off. Oh, when you're selling your house, if you're selling your house or you selling a piece of land, say you like a piece of art. Your art ain't gonna be beautiful to everybody. What's up, NJ Cali Gardner? What's up, young man? What's going on, little brother? Your art ain't gonna be beautiful to everybody else that's coming to see your house. You want your house as clean as possible. Thank you for that. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but thank you for that. So you and your wife are an amazing couple. Thank you. She amazing. I just come along for the ride. Hey, fishes and loaves. So I have Everberry Mulberry. Love it. Easy to propagate. Which mulberry you selling? Yeah, I'm gonna have Pakistan mulberry and a dwarf Everbearing. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. I hope the family doing good. I hope that baby, I know he getting big. Tell your wife I said hello. Good to see you, NJ Cali Garden. But when you selling your house and selling your land, take everything. Listen, I do not plan on leaving. Hey, Queen, I'm taking everything. Everybody keep asking me, are you taking this? I'm taking everything. I took everything from my last house when I moved into this house. And now I'm taking everything from this house and moving it to my land. I'm not leaving. No man left behind. No tree left behind. Just that's the last time I'm gonna answer that. No tree left behind. I'm not leaving anything. When I'm done with this house, every day I dig up a tree. Every day I dig up a tree or two or three. And I put it in a container. And I'm waiting till I get enough of them, and I'm gonna get me a U-Haul, and I'm hauling them all the way there. No tree left behind in this. This ain't no game. This ain't no joke. Um, you know what, Soil Sister? I like my claim for a kumquat, please and thank you. I'ma see what I can do. My kumquat coming with me. But I advise anybody to go down to Florida and grab them a Miwa kumquat. So I'm gonna say this: get your house cleaned up. Don't no, it ain't gonna be no Lillian, no cuttings from Lillian. No cut. See, citrus, you can't give citrus cuttings anymore. The law changed. You can't be sending people citrus cutting. You go to prison for that. So clean your house, clean slate. So when people come visit your house, visit your land, see it, they everybody ain't got a great imagination. People like to see a blank slate. But if they see your bed in the bedroom, they see your furniture in this living room, they see your pictures and art on the wall, they can't look past that and they won't buy your house because maybe your taste is way different from theirs and it throw them off. Uh, Trust me, when you do it, you know how some people stage the house. Have a professional stage your house. You take everything out of your house, put it in storage or whatever. I don't care. Take it over your stepmama house, whatever, your mama-in-law house, whatever. Put it in somebody's garage. Take everything out of your house. Either have it bone empty, and you got to look that up, Hickabilly. Either have your house bone empty or have a professional realtor or a professional stager stage your house, bringing in all that rental equipment, rental furniture, or whatever. What can what you can't ship citrus? Just do your own research. You will find out if your that's why I stopped selling citrus cuttings long time ago. Led, do you recommend leaving plum peach trees in a big pot or die? I don't suggest leaving really no tree in a pot. I just don't. It just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. If you only trying to get like a couple of plums, a couple of oranges, a couple of peaches, stuff like that, yeah. If you want real production, let's talk about it for a minute. If you got your tree, a fruit bearing tree in a container, if you have a fruit bearing tree in a large container with a bottom in it, okay, let's start there. If it has a bottom in it, you're not going to get fruit production. You're going to get eh, two peaches, a couple of apples, a couple of peaches, and those roots are going to keep winding around till that tree choke itself out. And then every year you're going to have to cut those roots and you're going to have to be dealing with that. If you get a fruit bearing tree, that tree wants to be in the ground. Imagine this, that tree being in a container with a bottom in it is no different than you being in jail. Yes, you can live. Yes, you can breathe. Yes, you can eat. Yes, you can drink, but you cannot thrive. You can't thrive. So you always gonna be sick. You always to keep a person in prison costs more money than keep letting them be free. True story. Because you have to pay extra money to keep them alive. When you put a person in prison, you have to pay extra money just to keep them alive. They're not thriving, though. That's why it's prison. They're not thriving. They're alive. That's it. Your tree is no different. When it's in a container with a bottom on it, it's alive. It's not thriving. It's just alive. And the reason people, they'll look at a house plant and be like, oh, my house plant is getting so long and beautiful and lush and green. Your house plant is growing that long because it's like when you get one of those, what is it, philodendrons, and it get them little big old leaves on it, and then you see that root tendril come off of it. That's because it's trying to get the hell out of that little pot you got hanging from the ceiling. That's what that root is, that long root. It's trying to go somewhere else and root, like on that movie, The Thing. Remember that? A piece will come off and it'll go somewhere else and turn into something else. Yo, that's what your plant is trying to do. It's trying to sneak away while you're admiring how lush, beautiful, big, and green it is. It is trying to escape from you, from Alcatraz. That's what that is really about. So if you put a fruit tree in a container and take the bottom off like I do, those roots can reach down in the ground and now your tree can thrive. That's kind of like you let your prisoner get conjugal visits. You know what I'm saying? Or your prisoner has you know, work duty. They can leave the jail to go to work, but after they done with work, they got to come back to jail on their own accord. The trustees. Okay, so when you take that bottom off of that container, you turn that tree into a trustee, and it could. Yes, work release. Thank you, game nerd mom. You know too much, game nerd mom. You saying too much. She said that quick. Work release. Work release. Yeah, that tree is on work release. So it can go get some conjugal visits. It can go eat some Taco Bell, and then come back into jail smelling like loving and tacos. Then you're going to get beat up by the other prisoners. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother story. But you get my point. So, hey, honey. Oh, thank you, baby. Yeah, I'm still on. I'm about to get off. But, yeah, that's what's going on there. So if you're gonna put a tree in a container, keep that in mind. It's no different than you. You do not want to be contained. You don't want to be contained, right? So it's alive. It's not thriving. Soon as you put that tree in the ground, it's like you just plugged your cell phone into the wall. You know when you plug your cell phone into the wall and the battery symbol come on, bring. That's what you just did. You literally just plugged that tree in. That tree is like a lamp. And the earth is the power source. When you put those roots in that ground, it was like you took that plug and plugged it into the wall. And you instantly start seeing a change in the tree's behavior because you literally just plugged it into the master power, the earth, the power and the energy of the planet. You literally plug that back into where it belongs. It knows that. Think about how smart a tree is. A tree knows in the fall, it's time for me to drop my leaves. In the spring, it's time for me to put leaves on. Think about this now. Even if the weather is crazy, it knows, I'm not going to let all my blooms out yet because it still seems to us it'll be 80 degrees, but the trees ain't blooming for some reason. That tree like, y'all stupid. Y'all talking about going swimming And y'all don't even know it's gonna be a doggone snowfall in about 3 days. The trees know. When that tree is plugged into the ground, it becomes smart. It's almost like it's plugged into the network, the World Wide Web, literally. When you plug that tree into the ground, you plugged it into the world, literally, the World Wide Web, the real one, the natural one. And it becomes smart. When you got a tree in a container, that tree that's why you will have a tree full of fruit and you know winter coming. Because that tree don't know it's winter. It's like that prisoner I told you, right? When you in prison, you don't know what's going on the outside world. You don't know that it's a hurricane happening. You don't know that horrible things is happening on the outside world. You don't know that cell phones been invented. You don't know that 1976 deuce and a quarter ain't the thing anymore. You don't know that cars talk to you. You don't know. So when your tree is in that container, it's in the small prison. So that tree is pumping out fruit and doing all because the tree don't know that it's not supposed to. It still think it's 1976. That tree put on fruit, then it get that cold snap like all of our trees did just recently, and it ends up getting hurt, damaged, or dead. Uh, but what about growing dwarf fruit trees in a container? That don't got nothing to do with it. And don't think that word dwarf fruit tree means a whole lot. I don't know what people think the dwarf part means when it comes to a fruit tree. You got to do your research on that. You caught that, the bad chef? You got to do your research. When people say dwarf tree, you know, they think of a tree that's only going to get about this big. That's what they think. No, you got to go and do your research. Say you bought this ponderosa lemon tree, right? And it's a dwarf. Okay. What you need to go do your research on is how big is a full grown ponderosa tree supposed to get? What's its full height? Okay? Its standard height. If they say a full grown ponderosa lemon tree is supposed to be about 25 feet tall, you go from dwarf using that measurement. And then you got to do your research on what dwarfing rootstock are you even using? Because that word, they just say that and throw you off. You got to know what kind of rootstock your tree is on, so that there's certain kind of rootstock that your citrus tree will be on that it's only going to get 5 feet tall. Most people, when it don't give you the standard to tell you what it is, your tree will get 15 feet tall. And it's on a dwarf. Want to hear something? How many people know our famous lemon tree, Lillian? How many people know our tree? Matter of fact, I got a video coming out that's going to hurt your heart. How many? I'm about to dig her up. How many people, raise your hand, know about Lillian, our famous lemon tree, to give us literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and gallons of lemons and lemon juice every year? Every year. Lillian is 20 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and she's probably tall. She's 15 feet tall when she's loaded with lemon and her branches is dragging the ground. So we really don't know how tall Lillian is right now, right? Guess what? Lillian is a dwarf. That gigantic lemon tree that takes up all of Lemon Lane, that's a dwarf lemon. So you got to find out, what does dwarf mean with your kind of tree? How big is your tree supposed to get, that variety? And then what kind of rootstock is it on? If they are not going to tell you what kind of rootstock it's on, don't be banking on your tree only going to get 5 feet and you're going to try to put it in some little sand bucket. Don't do that. That tree will kick the walls down off of that bucket trying to escape. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it. If it was me, if you're going to put it in a container, cut the whole bottom off the container. Is it better to plant in the ground close to the house. It just depends on what you're growing. It just depends on what you're growing. I'm not saying container gardening is bad at all. I'm just saying we have to be mindful of what we plan on putting in that container. Because everybody think they can just throw anything in them containers. You can. You can. Now let's straighten this up. You can put anything in a container. But the real question is, what kind of productivity do you plan on getting out of it? That's the real question. If you put if you put a head of cabbage in a 5 gallon bucket, you're gonna get a pretty decent cabbage. Is it gonna be like if you put it in the ground? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. How do you keep the snakes away? I don't. If the snakes ain't bothering me, I don't bother them. If they bother me, then I relocate them. There's a special zoo. There's a special zoo for snakes that bug me. Game their mom said, as big as your tree gets up, as big as your tree gets up top, the root system is going to be just as big and sometimes bigger. Absolutely, absolutely. Say my pear, HJ said my pear tree after flying was filled with pear blooms, and when we had that cold spell several nights, they fell to the ground. Uh, will it bloom again? No. That's the problem with the cold snaps. If if your blooms freeze, most of the time, that's it. It's ruined for the season. Sometimes some of the blooms didn't bloom yet, so you may have a few pears or few fruit on your tree because it didn't let all of the blooms off yet. Yeah, Regina Kelly, relocate. That's the word we use here. I relocate things when they coming to do no good. Say, let me see. I see the difference in my cabbage from a 5 gallon container. Then the ones I planted in a raised bed. I raised bed ones, and they're way bigger. Absolutely, absolutely. So if I ain't got no more questions, I ain't gonna keep y'all all night tonight. I know everybody, it's late. It's late and y'all got stuff to do. If I don't have any more questions, real quick, I give it a second or two and then I head out of here so y'all can get some rest. I just wanted to come in here, chop it up with y'all real quick. Yes, Miss Shirley. Hey, Miss Shirley OG Gardner. But yes, yes. So you can always keep a prune tree to be smaller. Absolutely. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Did you move? Listen to this. Here's one, another one for you. For everybody moving out on land, here's something else. Do not, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. If you start using chemicals to get rid of your red ants, if you start using chemicals to get rid of your snakes, if you start using chemicals to get rid of all your pests, possums, beavers, all that crap, if you start using chemicals to spray your trees, your plants, your garden, if you live out on your land and you start using chemicals, guess what? That those chemicals gonna seep down through that ground into your well water and you gonna drink it. You gonna drink that. You gonna drink it. I ain't talking about some, you may get a little bit of it. What's the best rootstock for a Meyer lemon tree? It depends on where you are, California. Um, do research, and each different rootstock is different. It does different things. You got to go look at rootstocks for what kind of tree you're looking for. If you're talking about for a Meyer lemon, go look at the best rootstocks in your area for a Meyer lemon tree, depending on what size you want, how big you want it. Uh, that rootstock determines a lot of different things. Okay, so when you put those chemicals down on your land, you're poisoning yourself. So when you poisoning your red ants, you're poisoning yourself because that stuff seeps down into your rainwater. Hey, Chime Moss said, "Are you hatched chicks? Are your hatched chicks regular size or bantams. They're bantams. Say, where are you? You look comfortable. I'm very comfortable. You see, I got my wife throw on and everything. I ain't got no shame about it. Let me see. Say, I live in Wisconsin 5B. I have a Meyer Lemon Stark Brothers I got in 2021. What size container would you recommend to plant it in? Because the bigger container, the better. The bigger container, the better. I don't up pot stuff. I just put stuff in big containers and water close to the base of the tree until it gets of size. I have never had a problem with that. Did you send the turkeys to Freedom Makers? Yes. Well, no, not yet. Y'all about to see, you about to see a bunch of stuff about to happen. I'm literally about to take all the chicken coops out to Freedom Makers, maybe in the next coming 2 weeks. Everything is going, everything. And the rabbits, everything. Will you be doing an update on the chicks? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, they need to go to Freedom Makers quick because they're in the house stanking. Yes, yes. They done feathered out and everything already. They getting on my nerves. The analytic gardener said, question, Lead Farmer 73 loved your drone and survey video. Any advice about getting an official survey done? Did you add additional property markers? Okay, analytic gardener. I don't know if that was you that emailed me, not emailed me, but commented earlier and I answered it. Listen, do pear trees need more than one fruit? It depends on where you are, what other pear trees around, and it just depends on what pear tree you have. There's certain pear trees that are self-fertile. Okay, your question, my sister, was getting a survey, and I answered that. When I did a drone survey with my drone of that land, that was for me. That was for is paying notes on old used tractor a good investments. Do you know how to work on an old tractor? That's my answer for that. If you know how to work on an old tractor yourself and you plan on getting a note on it, then that's your answer. If you do not know anything about a tractor or know how to work on a tractor or you're not mechanically inclined, that's your answer. Okay. I don't want to tell you no, but I'm just telling you, you're going to have your hands a little oily messing around with an old tractor. You don't know about the hydraulic system or anything. You don't know what the people that had that tractor before you did to that tractor. Listen, tractors are workhorses. They're used to torture the ground. So they're always being worked hard and overworked. So when you buy a used tractor, I was going to buy a used tractor. I done scratched that whole idea out of my head because I just don't know what somebody did to this before it was me. This ain't like somebody was casually driving this around the city. Somebody worked this sucker to death. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't want them problems. I don't want another man's problems. Now back to my sister. I'm sorry, but there was some good questions. Um, getting a survey. I'm gonna answer this and get it over with. I don't care if you go find. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all my experience. Dig this. Do not. Let me back this up. Pay for your doggone survey. Do everything right. Pay for your survey. Pay for everything that you have to. Is it expensive? Absolutely. A survey of your land costs around $3,000, right? Or better sometime. Pay the man. I'm going to tell you why. I got that question earlier, and I'm going to tell you, pay for your survey. In my house that I live on right now, my neighbor tried to move the landline. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. I don't know what he was having done, whether he was having a fence built or whatever it was, right? But I came out one morning and there was a bunch of little pink flags down the landline. Here's the thing. Now there was pink flags on my island. I took all them pink flags up and threw them in his yard on purpose and put them where he could see them. And you want to know why I did that? To let him know I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not going to allow that. Because you know what happened that next day? He had the land resurveyed, and some survey dudes that didn't look slick came out there waving a little thing around, beeping all the stakes in the ground. All they had to do when I'm not looking is nail one of those doggone rebar down in your thing and say, boop, 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 we found it. And if you don't pay it no attention, right? And you let that go on for they end up charting that on a chart. They a new survey chart, right? Every time you go have your land surveyed, it updates. So this will be the new update. Oh, we mess around and found some stakes down here close to this. We thought it was this other man's land, but nope. Here's some stakes right here, and that will go in that log. Don't pay the man to go find your stakes. Pay the man. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, me and Lady Led in that video went looking for. We went and walked the whole landline. And everywhere we saw the old landline that had been marked, probably, I think because somebody was going to buy it before us. We saw the old landline that somebody else surveyed it not too long ago. And right next to ours was our new survey. Every last one. Two different tapes coming down to that one stake. But we wanted to make sure, that's what that whole video was of me and Lady Led walking through the woods. We wanted to make sure we ain't getting flim flam. Because you don't know who's around you. Don't listen, family, it's some stuff. I know we're frugal. I know the economy is bad. I understand. But I'm going to tell you this, it's some stuff you don't cheap out on. It's some stuff you just got to invest in. You cannot do everything yourself. And it's sometimes if you try, you're going to screw your own self trying to be cheap. Some things you can't do yourself. Some things you got to hire in the man to come do the real work. Or you going to screw your own self trying to be cheap on the wrong stuff. When you be cheap, when you go being cheap, you be cheap on stuff like what you gonna eat for dinner and stuff like that. But when it comes to your livelihood, your investments, there you go. Don't go cheap on your investments, your land, your wife, your husband, your children, your home, though your family. Those are investments. Your education, those are investments. Don't try to cheap out on that stuff. Because with those things, you get out exactly what you put in. You go cheap on your marriage, you go cheap in your relationship, you go cheap with your kids, you go cheap on your home, you go cheap in your job, your finances. That's what you get back out of that stuff. Those life investments, those, listen, I'm a cheap dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I don't cheap out on stuff like that. Vehicles that's supposed to be getting me back and forth to work and get my children to school back and forth. Question: Do you stripe the trees with a pink line to replace the pink ties? I'm about to show you. No, 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 no. You leave those pink ties. You leave those stakes in the ground. This is what you do. This is what I'm about to release the video of you seeing me do because I'm not done yet. That's why I did it. You take you some neon paint and you go paint every freaking stake in the ground. You write on a map where that stake is. You literally get your map and you mark it. Then you mark every tree that is near, every freaking tree, and then you put a reflector on the tree too. And the reason I say that, because trees fall. So you want everything. You want as many markers as you can get. Is it beautiful? No. It kind of disrupts the whole natural feeling. But at the same time, that's something that you're going to constantly have to keep doing over the years. Go renew that paint on that tree. That tree may have failed. You got to go figure something else out. Go always, for instance, what do the cowboys always do? All in the old cowboy songs and everything. They walk the fence, right? They ride the line. They're checking their landline and checking their fences to make sure their property line is right, make sure their fences ain't broken open, make sure the cattle is on the right side of the fence, making sure there's no predators getting in and out of the fence, make sure ain't nothing broken, making sure you're supposed to walk your landline. That's a job you don't just do once when you buy your land or your home. This ain't just about buying land. I still walk my landline to this day at my house. And I make sure it's certain things in my yard that y'all see when I'm doing a video that you don't know what it's there for. I got a bird bath in the middle of no damn where, and I don't care if a bird ever land in it. The bird bath is over by my blueberry bush. Where all my blueberry bushes at, right? It's in a stupid spot. You would think, man, that bird bath would look so much more beautiful over there on that side of the yard. Yes, it would. That ain't why I got that bird bath there. That bird bath is a landline. I put that there and I got all kind of stuff around my yard like that to mark my land without people knowing. See, you gotta think outside the box, but you gotta protect your land. Right. Riding the range. There you go, John. You got to protect your land at all costs, because don't just think you got some land and ain't nobody gonna try to overstep their bounds. Okay, people always gonna try to overstep their bounds and intrude and invade your land. True story. Hey, Myra McLean, how you doing? It's good to see you, sister. So I'm just saying, y'all, mark those landlines. And my neighbor, guess what? I I seen him standing out there looking at them flags in the ground. He grabbed them and looked up at my house, and I was looking right down at him like this. I double dog dared him to put them back. He know what it is. Now he know me and him don't get along. He know, dude, you thought I was gonna let you get away with that? But I'm telling you, people will try you. Even when they know they losing, they're going to try you. They're waiting for you to weaken up or just be like, I don't care. No, no, absolutely not. Right? Right, encroaching on your property. And they can do it a little bit at a time. I told my neighbor on the other side, oh, I just cut the grass for you. I told, don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Because if you have a neighbor that's constantly taking care of your land, he can claim that land over time. True story. No, don't do that. Leave it. Oh, it's no problem. I know, but don't do that. Don't do that. I got it. Sure, I'm right here. Man, no. Don't do that. Don't cut my grass. I appreciate you. Don't cut my grass. I promise you. Because in a court of law, if he's recording every time he cut your grass, and if it's 360 days, 365 days in a year, and he done cut your doggone grass 365 days, he'll go to the court and say, they never take care of their yard. I'm always cutting their grass. I just want to claim that extra 5 feet. He doesn't cut it anyway. You don't know who your neighbor is. You don't know. They ain't your friend. No, don't cut my grass, man. Okay. Uh, did you get a plat attached to your land? What are you talking about, Mary? Yeah, the Virginia bushcraft. He think he's slick, but everybody do. When you get that land, you just ain't living on that land. You gotta be able to protect it. When I say protect it, I ain't talking about just security. I'm talking about you gotta constantly walk around your land and make sure ain't nobody coming encroaching on your property. Ain't nobody living in your woods. Ain't nobody um, moving land lines. Ain't nobody dumping trash. Yeah, hey, New Orleans Garter, there you go. How you doing tonight? I just woke up not too long ago. Said we have neighbors and their kids were walking all in our yard playing their mowing. Had to tell them to stop. Right. People will start cutting through your yard and everything. If you don't stop it, it'll never change. Right. Be a steward of the land. You got to. You got to. So I just wanted y'all to know a few things about it. It's going what you're going to see. What you're going to see. Does anyone have sheep? What you're going to see in all the upcoming videos is going to look like basically I don't know what I'm doing. Just like me putting the rain barrels out. But again, the reason it looks that way, I know exactly what I'm doing. But here's the thing. What you're going to see is I'm working with what I have right now. When I put those rain barrels out there in those 5-gallon buckets, I promise you, the only reason I did that because it's an emergency. I need water out there. You can't be out there with no water. You can't be out there with no water. And here's another one. This goes to my friend that said, just drive down to that creek that you went to and load up the 55-gallon drum full of water and then come back and then, okay. 55-gallon drum full of water weighs about 400 to 500 pounds. I'm on a lawn tractor, number two. Number three, did you see that hill that I walked down to get to the creek? Okay, that's number four. Number five is this. I know in the video, I edit out how far away that freaking creek is. I don't show you me walk through them woods for about 5 or 10 minutes. I don't show you me walking across those 3 football fields to get to the woods because it'd have been like a 3-hour video. So, and somebody said, why don't you just put the sump pump in the creek and run the water hose to the RV? Because that's about 3 football fields away. In the video, you can't see that because I'm editing, smoke and mirrors, right? No, you know how many water holes? By the time you connect about 10 different water holes together, that pump won't even have enough pressure to pump that water all the way that far. It's a lot. I told y'all this in the last video. 1 acre is a lot longer and bigger than you think. An acre is longer and bigger than you think, depending on how wide your land is or how narrow. It depends. But an acre is a long way. Now add on 2 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's not that simple. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all go. We've been on here long enough. I don't want to keep y'all. It was a lot of good questions though that I would have wished I would have got to, but I guess I might have to get to them in another video unless they all pop up again right now. I got like 1 minute left. How do I reach Lady Led about purchasing land down south? Um, Email her at ladyled73@yahoo.com. Ladyled73@yahoo.com. Said, Led, you are a preacher. Please keep speaking. I don't know about all that, but thank you, Kobe. Thank you. Um, have property up north. Yellow flags was placed on the way we got there. Wait, have property up north. Yellow flags was placed on the way we got there. There, or when we got there, they was moved. I promise you. How much does it cost to have a well installed? It depends on. That's no promise. I think it starts out at $10,000 and then I think it's $5,000 or $10,000 for every 10 feet. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember because I haven't had it done yet. If you want that answer, oh, go talk to Eco Neighbor. Eco Neighbor had a well dug like last yearish, this yearish, in this following year. He can tell you how much it costed if you want to disclose that information anyway. After the filters, wells, ponds are done, what will you do with the water? After the filters, wells, and ponds are done, what am I going to do with the water? Stuart, I don't know how to answer that. If you don't know, man, I can't answer that for you. Um, for storage, big scale. For storage. Oh, okay, you finished it. Good, man, because you was scaring me with that. Um, I won't need a big scale of water storage. If I got a bunch of wells dug and pumps and everything else, I'm not going to be just storing water around just for no particular reason. I will keep my 55 gallon drums around the land, but I'm not just going to be just sitting on some water. Let me see. Gary, mom, you plan on putting up fencing? Only on this one part of my land. That's it. Fences don't keep people and things out. Fences keep things in. To me, a fence don't keep nobody out. So to me, a fence is a waste of money if you're trying to keep people and predators out. It's a waste of money. For me, or am I thinking of a food forest? Um, For me, I put up a fence to only keep things in, my livestock in. I'm not interested on trying to keep people out. I got Glockwallers for that. You can't keep anybody out of your land. If they really want to come get you, they're coming to get you, and they just hop over a gate, whether it got barbed wire or not. And here's another thing too. I heard this young lady was talking about barbed wire. And let me tell you something. Have you ever in your life um, saw the cost of razor wire? The reason why you don't see razor wire everywhere on everybody's land is because it's almost unaffordable. It's almost ridiculous. Say this is an issue that has concerned me as a woman who wants land. Like, how will I stick up for myself if somebody tries such I don't know, such as you're talking about. That's the part about buying land, owning land out in the middle of nowhere. Though that's when I was telling people, if you do not believe in owning and protecting yourself with Glockwilers, you may want to go look into figuring something else out, because defending your land is going to take more than put them up, put them up. No, sometimes you gonna have to chop chop. It's that simple. It ain't something nobody wants to do. I don't dream about drawing on another man. Um, I don't dream on drawing on another man. That's not nothing I ever want to do. But is it in my head that I may have to do that someday? Yes. For people to think they're gonna have 10 acres plus or 5 acres plus and they don't need nothing to defend it. I'm trying to say this without sounding mean. If you think you're going to own 5 or 10 acres and more, and you do not have to defend it, you do not have to protect it, and not just for two-legged creatures, but four-legged creatures, you're sadly mistaken. There you go. I said it, and when I was still kind. Um, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I already have cameras being put up. Game nerd mom. If you don't see, everybody keep thinking it's men sneaking on your land, coming to get you. Me and Lady Leg keep one over our shoulder. And only time you don't see me with one over my shoulder is when the camera is on. But even though the camera's on and it's not strapped around my shoulder, it's on my, I got one on my hip. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's not just people that you need to be scared of. You don't know what four-legged animals is out there. And people think, when you think of hogs and pigs, you think bacon. Pigs is just cute. So this is what I'm going to send you. How many people know of Yoki Stirrup? Anybody heard of Yoki? Yoki Stirrup in the 2A community? Anybody? Show of hands, anybody? That's a young lady that's here in our community that you can talk to personally. You don't have to just watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos. Go watch her hog hunt. And look how them hogs want to rip her face off. She's good with the steel. Let me tell you that, because I've seen her take out a hog that was coming right at her full speed. If you think a pig, and they all pigs to me, if you think they're slow, I gotta be kind again, you're sadly mistaken. Go watch any, number one, go look at Yoki Stirrup. Tell her Lead Farmer 73 sent y'all over there, and go watch her hog hunting video. You will never look at bacon the same again. You will never look at bacon the same again. Number two, once you see all the Yoki Stirrup videos, go look at wild hog hunting videos. Look how many of them be on the land. They like roaches. You think you ain't seen nothing. Go look at any hog hunting video, hog trapping video, all across YouTube. Wild hogs are literally like cockroaches. Yeah, I said it like Scarface because that's how they make me feel. You're a cockroach. You're just a cockroach. Wild hogs are literally like freaking cockroaches. It's so many of them in a dang pack. When you scare them off, and they smart and they super fast. If you ever seen a gazelle running, you won't think that this big old bacon body is gonna be running like no gazelle. Can you fence them out? No, because that's how smart and strong they are. They can dig right under the freaking fence with their nose, man. Yes, Yoki Stirrup, Teresa. Go over to Yoki Stirrup. You can't miss her. You you will see. Go over to Yoki Stirrup and tell her Lead Farmer 73 sent you over there, and tell her I said please show you her hog hunting videos down in Florida. Tell her yes, go check out Yoki down in Florida hog hunting. Please, it'll blow your mind. You will never look at bacon the same, sausage the same again the rest of your life. You won't. So when you're out on that land, you don't know what you're going to encounter. And the last thing I'll be thinking about is people. I'll be thinking, okay, here you go. Real quick. I'm out on the land. This was a couple of weeks ago when I told y'all about Cowcat. If everybody don't know about Cowcat, this gigantic freaking cat. Look like a damn mountain lion, but it looked like a feral cat. I think it's a feral cat, but it got the pattern on it like a cow. It's all white with these black patches just like a cow. So I call it Cowcat. Cow cat, I'm eating breakfast. I'm in the RV looking out the window, enjoying the scenery. 1 minute I see deer out the window. Maybe 15 minutes later, here come cow cat. Cow cat come out the woods, and I look behind like, what is it looking like it's about to pounce on, right? There go my chickens. There go Tootie, Fruity, and Rudy. My rooster and my two hens behind me. And cow cat is crouched down watching them. So I grabs my steel, I runs out there because she started running after my chickens, and I don't want to hurt cow cat, but you can't hurt my chickens. So I had to pop one off. I didn't want to hit her. I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her on purpose. But I let her know this land ain't vacant no more, and they ain't food. So now cow cat know if I want them chickens, I gotta go through this dude. So every time I see cow cat, I pop one off. So she know they ain't gonna be an easy meal. So there's other animals out in the woods that we're seeing evidence of them being out there. Okay. I'm I'm hoping I'm hoping this ain't wild hog activity. The mudding and the rooting and the tree rubbing. I hope that's just bucks and deers. I really do. Because that's one thing you don't want to run up on. And I have a friend here on YouTube, Adam Ness, good friend of mine. Adam Ness don't stay too far from me. Adam Ness just showed me a bear on his security cam last summer. What was that? Last fall? Now let's think about that. He shows me a black bear walking through his yard. If he ain't too far from me, what does that mean for me? With the weather, hey, Unbiased LLC. What's up, J3GS Farm? What's up, brother? Good to see you up in here, man. Good to see you up in here. So yeah. Trust and believe. I don't know if I got bear out there. I ain't been out there long enough. I've never dealt with a bear. If I end up finding out I got a bear, I don't want to be out there and be like, hey, is you a bear? I'm asking for a friend. No, I want to be able to defend myself if this bear ain't scared of me. I want to be ready for that. So when you walk in this land and you got a lot of land, don't be out there just smelling posies and, ooh, what kind of flowers do? Smells like lilac. Okay. It's while you're sniffing and it's other stuff sniffing for you. You're hunting. If you're hunting, remember one other thing. Something may be hunting you. I don't go out on my land all dumb. I remember how I was before. I don't go out there all stupid. When I had my land before this house, trust and believe, I had to take care of a lot of things I'm not gonna mention on this live stream. Had to take care of a lot of things that all I keep saying is, I'm glad I had my doggone steel on me. Saved my life. So if you think you're gonna be purchasing land, but you don't believe in upholding your if you don't feel that you need to defend yourself from stuff, okay, good luck with that. Okay, I'm a hunter and a trapper, and I'm telling you right now, I keep the steel on me. Okay, Tasha Mack said, I just looked at Yoki Stirrups YouTube page and where she hunting wild hogs. She don't look like right. She don't look like she gonna hunt no hogs, do she? She's a beast. Yoki Stirrup, anybody that don't know, Yoki Stirrup is kind of like a model, right? This model chick did be hunting like a beast. Be hunting alligators, hogs, and Go look at Yoki's stirrup and watch what she's wearing while she's hunting. And it's real. She's a beast. Let me tell you something. In all my hunting gear that I'll be wearing, I don't think I could be as accurate. I ain't gonna lie to you. Go look at what she wearing and then look at what she doing at the same time. Go do it. She'll be wearing one of these whole outfits that the ladies like, that y'all like to wear or whatever. She'll be looking all, but at the same time, have a Draco on her hand, popping them off with accuracy, with surgical accuracy. Say Kobe said, Laird, when it hit the fan, are you a good person to know? I hope your family knows it. When it hits the fan, you're a good person to know. I hope it. Oh, thank you for that, Kobe. Thank you. Okay, somebody said, "Oh, dang, yeah." Go look at Yoki Stirrup. Tell her old Laird Farmer sent you over there. Watch and see what I'm talking about. Watch and see what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna see her, and you gonna see this little baby doll face. You ain't gonna think she gonna be hunting in, like, nah, nah, uh-uh. Okay. Unbiased LLC said, my lord, send me some of that. Send me some of that action. I'm telling you. Jones Truth said, I just checked her out. She's something serious. You better go look. She ain't playing. Soil Sisters say, that's what they do. We're still on the bear alert from our visit on Monday. They always come back. I'm going to have a rug soon. I don't play out there, man. You go out in the woods, you don't know what's out there. KJ said, found her channel. Thanks. Oh, my goodness. Princess says, I got myself a little friend. I want to learn from her. Go check out Yoki Stirrup. Please go over there and show her some love, please. She's almost at that million subscriber mark too. Go help push her over that mark. You won't be sorry. You won't be. As a matter of fact, I'm in her. I usually get in her premieres and her lives early in the morning. So come over there and hang out with her, and I'll be in there too. Doesn't she hunt with a bow and arrow too? I don't think I've ever seen her with a bow and arrow, but you will see me with mine again. I stopped doing that years ago, but you gonna see me again with my bows out. By the way, I'm patting myself on the back. I don't know if I should be called Laird Farmer 73 or Robin in the Hood, because I'm telling you, I'm a beast with that doggone arrow. Yeah, and she cook it. Yes, she'll pop it, clean it, and cook it. I'm talking about the food. Just saying. Uh Say yes, she does hunt with anything. Yes, okay, okay. Go check her out. It ain't no joke. So just letting y'all know what's going on. Cause all the fake stuff that you keep hearing, is, you know. Let me back up. Because that's wrong information. It ain't the fake stuff that you see. Because a lot of the homesteaders you see all over YouTube, it's not fake. I'm gonna say that. Let me back that up, because that came off way wrong, and I don't mean that at all. So I'm clarifying myself. What you're seeing on YouTube about all these homesteaders, it's not fake. I will correct myself by saying they cannot show you everything. All the homesteaders on land and stuff, they don't got time to show you everything. They can't. So you're only seeing a little bit of the good parts and very few bad parts, because don't nobody want to watch the bad parts. That's why we don't put that stuff up. because you'll be like, oh, my tractor broke down. Wah, 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 wah. You don't want to see that. You want to see that tractor tearing stuff up. When Eco neighbor's tractor broke, really don't nobody want to see his tractor. Annabelle broke. They want to see him ripping and roaring through his land with Annabelle, right? So that's why he don't show the down part of that. All homesteaders do that. All gardeners do that. You don't see when somebody tomato crop has fully failed or it got some kind of fungus or the freaking hornworm done tore everything up. Lead, what kind of bow do you shoot? I'm going to show you. It's several. It's not just one. I got go. I'm gonna have to make a playlist because every blue moon I break out one of my bows and you'll see. You'll see. Say Kobe said you led you inspired me to have some chicks. Good. I hope it go well for you. And a March Sport, I think say, not gonna lie, I want to see it because I want to know how to handle it when it goes downhill. That's true. But at the same time, people don't want to see that. One or two people, like for instance, you know why I don't show bee stuff, beekeeping that much on YouTube? Nobody wants to see it. So the only people that want to see it and really want to see it, that's why we have the class and we have the bee club because nobody cares about honeybees. So that's why I don't show it. You know, it's a waste of my time to show the whole world. Nobody wants to see it. So we got to select few people that really do want to get into honey, keeping honeybees and getting that honey. It's work that goes into it. What's your opinion on microgreens? I don't have any. I don't have any opinions on that. Do whatever you need to do. It has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't get into that stuff. I don't get into that. I just grow stuff. Everybody keep putting labels on certain things, and then it starts getting ridiculous to me. I just grow my food. I'm the most regular growingest foodist dude you will ever meet. All of these trends just start popping up like microgreens and stuff like that. I just don't get into that. I understand what it's for. I understand about the nutrients and all of that. And then everybody make it weird. I just don't get into all of that stuff, you know. Uh yeah, ticks, word up. Yeah, them ticks. Here's the thing about the ticks. What?
It's your birthday.
Is it?
It's your
Okay,
birthday.
I gotta go, y'all.
It's your birthday.
Ah, I gotta go. Hey, you guys, listen. I gotta go. Come, you still pretty. Just the head, then. Still, still pretty. All right, here I come. I gotta go. Listen, y'all. I see y'all tomorrow, right? I see y'all tomorrow. I gotta get out of here. Everybody have a wonderful night. Live from 73. I had a ball talking to y'all. But the next one, I'm gonna put out a couple of videos. Y'all see, I've been cranking out videos because I'm kind of on business. But the next one we going on land, I'm gonna take y'all in the woods with me. We got some work to do. So be ready for that. But I got some videos that I'm gonna be putting out. I got a lot of product reviews coming out. And just be ready. Just be ready because I'm gonna be spending most of my time out there because I have to. I got to get a lot of work done. I got to start getting stuff put in so I'm getting the nest ready for my baby bird right here. Everybody have a wonderful night. Live Farmer 73. I love all y'all, and I want to say thank you. And before I go, I want to say congratulations. Number one, thank you to all my moderators. Congratulations to Grow Family Network for hitting that 100,000 subscriber mile marker. I want to say, everybody, please go over and check out Yoki Stirrup. Please go over there and subscribe to her and help her reach that 1 million subscriber mark because you will learn something from her and you won't mind. I'm just going to say that. You won't mind. All right. Unbiased LLC, thank you, my sister. Sunday Backyard Farmer, thank you, everybody. Thank you up in GT Junior Grows, man. I didn't even see you in here, man. Thank you. I was watching your video the other day. How do you get in the B Club? Please contact LadyLed73 at yahoo.com. That's Lady Led's email. Please contact her, okay? All right, everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you in New Orleans Garden. Go check out New Orleans Garden too, y'all. That's the original Lady 511 right there. Everybody have a wonderful night. I'm about to go enjoy myself. Peace.